Okay, this video is going to be about fuel injector cleaning. This is one of the better ways without an expensive cleaning machine. The things you're going to need are a larger syringe like this with about a 3/8 of an inch outlet, similar to this one but without the piece in the middle there. You're also going to need about a 3/8 of an inch fuel line. I think the auto parts stores sell them at a foot at a time, so you're gonna have to cut it to about 1 or 2 inches. This should be about the length that you need. These quick connect clamps are perfect. That's about all the holding pressure that you need. You might be able to use a screw-in hose clamp on this end, because that'll just stay there. But on this end, you'll be interchanging your fuel injectors. So the quick connect clamp comes in handy for that. And also, you're going to need alligator clamps and a battery for the power. My fuel injectors only had about the car has 46,000 miles on it. It's kind of a project car. It's a souped up car. It's been sitting around for several years with, old gas in it. The first time it sat around, I left the gas in it for about 3 years. I mean, I knew it was bad to do that. I just didn't get around to draining it out. And next time I went to try to start it, it was hard starting. I had to use starting fluid to try and get it started. Then I drained the gas out of it. And then several more years it sat. So I'm just now getting back around to fixing it up. And the car just tries to spit and sputter when it cranks over. So I took one of my injectors out, and it wouldn't even click. It wouldn't even spray. It wouldn't do anything. So I kind of thought that it was either bad or it was really just gunked up and stuck. So I started trying to do this method. I was up in Walmart trying to find some carburetor. I was going to buy some carburetor cleaner. One of my friends was in there and we got to talking, and he recommended Seafoam. On the back of the Seafoam can, it says if you're going to use a cleaning machine to mix 50% Seafoam, if you can see that, and 50% fuel. So I did that for about 5 days, not thinking that that's how long it should sit there, but that's about how long it took me to get back to working on the car again. 3 fuel injectors, sprayed just fine. It worked perfect. 2 or 3 of the other ones, it took a couple taps on the power to get them to go, and then they started dripping, and then eventually started spraying. The other 3 injectors wouldn't do anything. They still wouldn't click. They wouldn't spray, nothing. So I let them sit in the Seafoam gasoline mixture for another few days until I can get back around to it. One of them finally started dripping, but that's about it. So then I got the idea to soak them in a tub of carburetor cleaner. But if you're going to do that, I would recommend taking off your rubber seals and gaskets, because it'll just chew those up and swell them up, and you'll have to replace them. So after I soaked them in carburetor cleaner, they started spraying just fine, so it worked out good. So let me show you how we set this up. So you got your syringe, you got your fuel line, you got your clamps. Take this rubber seal off the end here, push it one way and pinch it, and just start peeling it up. It's going to be kind of difficult, but just like that. Then throw it aside. Now, like I said, my car has been sitting around for several years, just not being driven, so mine were probably gunked up and stuck. If you've got a lot of miles on your vehicle and you drive down a lot of dirt roads and stuff, they might be a little bit dirty, it might be worn out, it just might be time to replace it. You might have a lot of dirt and debris in there. You might need to just take it to a mechanic to have them fixed, or it just might. If you're at this point, you know how to take them off, so they're about $30 to $50. You might as well just buy a new one. So, okay, it's gonna be a little difficult trying to do this without being able to see. And I would recommend some channel locks, not needle nose. This is just what I had lying around. Okay, first of all, let's put the injector in here. Okay, just like that. And that is all the clamping pressure you should need. It should be just fine. I've heard that you need, air pressure going through here to keep it pressurized, but as you'll see, the plunger on here will keep just enough pressure on here to do a good job. Because when I put the fluid in here and I start tapping it in, spraying it, it'll just dribble and drip. Once I add plunger pressure, it'll start spraying. So on my fuel injector, there's a plus here to indicate positive, so you just hook up the alligator clamps to each side. Of course, negative to negative, positive to positive. Try to make sure that they don't touch. Then on the battery, hook up the negative cable to the negative battery terminal, hook up the negative side to the injector. Don't hook up the positive because you just want to tap the positive to the battery. So hook it up to the positive injector, positive side terminal on the injector. And now at least I'll show you that it will make a clicking sound when you tap it. If you can hear that, it's clicking. So that means your injector isn't stuck and it should still be good. Now I'll add fluid to it. Mine wouldn't even do that, so it was just stuck. So at first, obviously, I had a full can of this. I've already done this. I've already cleaned mine out. I'm just making a video of what I've done. I just had the needle on there and I just slowly sprayed it in there because it's got a lot of pressure here. As it starts rising up, it'll start splashing out. So just be careful. And after a few injectors, this liquid I have was clean. But after doing my injectors a few times, it is now a bit dirty. Now I wouldn't go all the way to the top of this because it won't allow you to get the plunger in there just right. Now I'll show you before I add the plunger that it's just going to drip and dribble. See, it's just dripping right now. Now I'll add the plunger in there. Now just keep your thumb pressed down on the plunger. It's already given me enough